Alright, this is gonna probably be a bit. So I just finished watching some video called The Wesker Problem. It was really good. And it made me have to admit something I hate and fucking hate admitting out loud. He laid out was like, well, what's gonna be the next Resident Evil remake? And everybody's assuming it's gonna be 5. And he's like, I don't think it should be 5, because like yeah, Wesker was in the separate ways situation, but if you just got into the Resident Evil game, do you even really know Wesker? Like, do you even understand why he is like he comes creeping up? Don't get it fucked up. I do love me some Wesker. I'm still, and it's been almost been a like it's been the better part of a year. I'm still in the middle of a bad Wesker fixation. However, he was like, if you just started with Resident Evil, say you started on 2's remake and you never played any of the previous situations, you never played the original 2, you never played the original 3, you damn sure ain't played the 96 Resident Evil, you didn't play 2002's remake of the first Resident Evil, you didn't play 0, you didn't play Code Veronica, you just jumped the fuck in on Resident Evil 2 remake or Resident Evil 7. Any of them ones that you just came in on, you do not fucking know who Wesker is. They do not cover Wesker in Resident Evil 2. And I didn't fucking deal with that Resident Evil 3 remake because y'all didn't, like, not y'all personally, but there were some assholes that pissed me the fuck off in the Resident Evil community. I was like, fuck that game. Turns out, and I will always gloat about this, the bitch was right. So, I was fucking right. Neither here nor there, but I will always gloat about that shit. However, you don't really know who Wesker is, and that makes sense. You are supposed to have been in the situation from the door, which is at a bare bones minimum Resident Evil 0, or you're supposed to get in on the fun of Resident Evil 1. Now, here's what the fuck I hate admitting. He had a point. He was like, yeah, Wesker's in not Code Zero, in Resident Evil 0, and they have like some sprinklings of Wesker and Birkin in there. But you really don't understand the whole Wesker storyline unless you play the first game. Because Wesker was the captain of the police unit that Chris and et al. Were a part of Stars. And he stabs them all in the back. And that was why they ended up at the mansion situation from the door. So, unless you know this going in, you don't really understand who Wesker is. So he's like, they should remake the first game. When he put it to me in those terms, I was like, motherfucker. I have to agree, he's correct. So, and he was like, I can't get my friends to play Final Fantasy VII, the original Final Fantasy VII. I know they're not going to play Resident Evil. And that is the whole problem I have with remakes. I really am a firm believer in you should play the old games. Yes, tank controls blow. I'm not saying tank controls are the greatest fucking thing since sliced goddamn bread. I do understand they do fucking suck, and I agree wholeheartedly. However, I think you should play the old games just to see what it was like back in the day, to get a feel for what it was like back in the day. But I understand, and I'm going to say this, and it's controversial. You guys are spoiled, and I get that. And enjoy it, soak it in, because one day they're going to be remaking shit that you're going to be sitting there when you're 46, like I am. Like, why the fuck are they remaking that again? So, I'm just going to wait for y'all when I'm 60 and y'all are 40 for to be like, why the fuck are they remaking Resident Evil 1 for the 11th time? Why are they doing this? So you'll be in my shoes. And I'm just going to sit there like, welcome to my happy fucking world from 20 years ago. Neither here nor there. So, yes, you will get me to make the concession that, yeah, they do need to remake yet fucking again the first game. I want to throw up saying it, but it's true. To get the people to understand who the fuck Albert Wesker is. Because, yeah, I know who Wesker is. I've been here for the last 28 damn years. So, Of course, I get the whole him hanging out with Ada situation. Plus, I've been on this like watching them side games, like what's that? Umbrella Chronicles. Remember that shit? Remember fucking Umbrella Chronicles where they had everybody so it was like a dramatic retelling of all the stories, and then like it was like that part where Ada walks into the hotel and Wesker's like he lost his will and chose death. He was weak. So yeah, I've seen some Resident Evil shit, y'all. So, but again, plus add on fixation to that. Of course, I know who Wesker is. So, oh, sucks. I have to admit, we need a remake of the first game again. Fine. It's fine, I guess. But it looks like they're going to go full hog on Resident Evil 5. And y'all already know how I feel about that. So we just gonna leave it at that. I know they gonna kill him again. And I know I'm gonna be prepared to be angry when they do. And I'm just like, I just wouldn't. You will never get me to understand why they killed Wesker to start with. That is a character that they could literally have in the wings, on the sidelines, not doing anything, saying anything, forever. Forever. So, I don't know. But I goddamn hate admitting that. That was like somebody just pulled my fucking liver out. And I had to sit there and watch them pull my fucking liver out of my body with no anesthesia. But it does make sense. So, we are at that goddamn point in my life where I have to admit that I'm wrong, which I have no problem admitting I'm wrong. I just understand why we would need to go into that avenue. I just don't particularly like it. I really wish people would have more to acquire more of an appreciation of old games. Because as it is, a lot of this shit you can't even fucking find anymore. So, and I know there's been like a lot of talk about digital media, how like you want to watch something or listen to something and they take it offline and then you don't have it anymore. That's why I'm like an advocate for like, yes, it's old antiquated shit, but there's nothing wrong with stuff that's old and a little bit antiquated. But I get why companies do this shit. They're trying to suck in new players and like infuse some new ass blood into some shit. Fine. But I just really wish people would have more of an appreciation for like older games. Like I said, no one's saying tank controls are the best thing in the world. No one's saying fixed camera angles was fucking amazing. No one's saying that shit. But there is something to be said about going back and experiencing these games the way they were instead of like the new fangle dangle way they are now. So, I don't know, but hate admitting this, and I feel like somebody just fucking pulled my goddamn liver out of me. So, and there was more I was going to have on this, but it was an interesting watch, and not just because I have a really raging hard on for Wesker, but which I do, but god damn it, man, I'm like, see, whatever, I guess. So we will see what they're talking. Somebody said something like they're trying to bring Wesker back. Technically, I think they have, because remember, this was like a side fucking quest. Resident Evil, Umbrella Corps, and Wesker's voice was in the background. Like he was like yelling at people like he always do. And then somebody had some interesting theory that if you look on Heisenberg's like wall or some shit in the background, y'all be looking for shit. I wasn't looking that fucking hard, but something about like there's a picture of some dude with some look like he got some sunglasses on and like long hair. Wesker would never have long hair, but that's neither here nor there. But he had sunglasses on and that might be Wesker, and he looks a little older. That might be Wesker. I'm like, First the fuck of all, how the fuck did y'all see that all the way in the way damn back? Like, there wasn't nothing else interesting to look at on the screen that you got to look in the way fucking back for that? Okay, but if they brought him back, I would be very happy. But you don't have to bring people back that don't die in the first place. Capcom. Saying. So, that's all I have. I'm going to get the fuck out of here because I got one more Wesker related thing to talk about, and that's probably going to go on Instagram. But until next time.